Hello and welcome to something I haven't done in a really long time. I just realized something. r/entitled people. Saw this on Facebook. No wonder she's single. Lol. All ladies watching. Has this ever happened to you? You go out on your first date with the guy you've been talking to and he pays for whatever y'all did. Movies, dinner, drinks, whatever. Then you go on your second date and when it comes time to pay, he's looking at you, waiting for you to pay. Lol. Ay, Dios mío. I can't. Lol por eso mejor. Point is, you should never expect to be paid for it. Moving on! Entitled parent thinks she can do whatever she wants on public transport. See that all the time? People walking around on public transports like they own the thing. So I got on the bus home from uni, and the first thing I noticed is the EP. Let's call her Karen, the female around 40 years old, with a child, male around 7 years old, playing something loudly on her phone. I find a seat as the bus driver politely reminds everyone that it's not okay to play music etc. on your phone without headphones. Karen still doesn't stop, so the bus driver tells her politely to turn the volume off or get off the bus. Here is where Karen gets super mad and starts arguing loudly that she can do whatever the hell she wants. Of course she does. Of course she does. As the bus stops, he tells her again to please turn the volume down. Karen tells him to drive as she's late. As she's late. Reddit. We need to work on this one thing, and that's called grammar. Because Jesus Christ, there's so much bad writing on Reddit. Karen tells him to drive as she's late, and that he can tell her what to do, and that she's calling his employer right now. Bus driver then says sarcastically, "Maybe the bus is broken and we might have to stand here a bit longer. I'll have to check. I don't tell you how to do your job, so don't tell me how to do mine." He is getting pretty annoyed at this point. Understandably. Karen says, "Well, you can come to my job." And the bus driver says, "Okay, where do you work?" And she gives him the name and address. Everyone on the bus is quiet and feeling the super awkward tension as the bus starts driving again. This one guy comes to the bus driver's defense, probably because he just wants to get home and is tired of the arguing, and says that it's actually very rude of her not to be respectful toward her other passengers. After that, it kind of quiets down and the bus driver tells her to be a role model for her son. He's sitting there absolutely mortified. I feel sorry for the kid. It seems like the kid is okay though. During all of this, the bus is exceptionally quiet, but once we get off at the final stop, the tension goes away and a lot of people start laughing because it's so absurd. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This story is not from Norway, because in Norway, you don't hear anything on a bus. It's full of people sitting like this. Or people trying to avoid eye contact with people coming on board. So it's like... And that is every single bus trip in Norway. I don't know why I did that, but that happened. Moving on! EM attempts to kick me out of a shop for being vaccinated. And we love these anti-vaxxers. These goddamn anti-vaxxers is the best thing in the world because they know best, don't they? Not the tons and tons of, people that is educated within medicine. No. They don't know anything. For a little bit of backstory, I'm not too sure if this applies in other countries, but in Australia, we had... I attempted to say Australia with an Australian accent. Failed miserably. Let's just move on. In Australia, we had to get vaccinated in school. Specifically in our year level. For a disease, I don't remember which, I ended up being sick the day we were supposed to get vaccinated. My mom is an anti-vaxxer, I was just sick on the day. I did end up getting my vaccines. Vaccination is smart, people. Huh. Who would have thought? getting protected against a disease would be smart. Ha! A few days after I got my vaccination, my family went out to a shopping mall. I was allowed to look around for a little bit by myself, so I decided to go to EB Games, which is basically an Aussie GameStop. Okay, fine. Because I was questioning EB Games, because I don't know what that is. A little while later, my dad comes in and drops my little brother off. Says I had to keep him with me, that sort of stuff. He was going to get lunch with mom, and he was sitting far away. So he says goodbye and jokingly punches me in the shoulder right where I got my vaccination. This was as a joke. My dad doesn't abuse me, okay. This hurt, as my arms were still sore from the vaccines. I said, "Ow, Dad, that's where I got my vaccines." He apologizes and wanders off. Yeah, that freaking hurts. Getting hit where you got a vaccination hurts like freaking hell. It's quite a small shop, so I let my brother go to the back and look at Minecraft stuff. Lovely. Minecraft is always fun. Not even a minute after my dad leaves, a tall woman who looked in her 30s approaches me. It's a guy? I was so sure the narrator was a girl. Well, you should never assume gender. Gender. We're in 2020 now. Excuse me, little boy. Hey, what's up? I couldn't help but head that you. And we're back here now. Grammar, or writing a word correctly. I couldn't help but hear you got vaccinated. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I don't want to get infected, and I certainly don't want my little boy's presents getting infected. What? People, you don't get infected by being around a person who's been vaccinated. Get that into your head, please. I'm looking straight at myself right now. Hello. Sorry ma'am, but I'm not going to leave. Vaccines keep me from diseases. They don't give me diseases. If you do believe this, then we could just keep a distance between us. EM is clearly getting frustrated now. No! You have diseases in you, and for the sake of the public, I'm going to need you to leave and quarantine yourself. Final warning! Damn! You have disease in you! Go away! Get away from me, Satan! You have disease! Full of disease! You hurt people! Get quarantined! Ah! This lady clearly didn't work here, as she wasn't wearing an EB Games shirt. Lady, you don't work here. I'm not leaving just because my parents want to keep me alive and prevent diseases. I'm staying in this shop for as long as I want. Don't disrespect me! You have to leave! I'm not getting infected by a 10-year-old boy! Get away! People. This is the prime example of a person who needs to get sent to the ranch. Pewdiepie was right. We need to send people to the ranch. We need to send more people to the ranch. This is one of them. She screeched all of this. Halfway through screaming, she realizes people didn't care, so she raised her voice a little louder, trying to get people on her side. Well, firstly, I'm 15, not 10. And secondly, you're not going to die because I got vaccinated. Calm your farm. Well, a farm is kind of a ranch. Now get out of my way. The EM opened her mouth to talk again, but before she could say anything, the cashier comes to check out what's happening. Is there a problem? He is infecting your store! He has vaccines in him! Get him out! And this is when my neighbors finally call the cops on me because I scream. I was just minding my business and this lady comes and starts yelling at me. You could even check out the security footage if you wanted. No need. This man is gold. Or woman. No need. I heard everything. Ma'am, if you raise your voice again, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Before the cashier can turn and go take care of the massive line, the EM screeched again. This is a violation of human rights! You have to kick him out now! Alright, woman, enough is enough. Get out of my shop and don't come back. But! No buts. I don't care how long you've been here or why you're here. Get out. The EM reluctantly storms out of the shop, whispering something about the government, and I finish my shopping and go about my day as usual. The fact that there are people in this world like this makes me want to facepalm so hard my face falls off. Well, I can try. Ah! Oh my god. Anyway, I agree. If this is 100% a true story, which I'm like, most of the stories on entitled people isn't, but you never know. This is disturbing on so many levels. But anyway, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe. For the love of God, if you're new around here, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.